Nigga fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, my breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man. Drop this shit. What up?
Hey, so I got a question for you. All right, you said that Pac showed you some ill shit. Like, how'd you meet Pac? Like, how'd y'all get so tight to the point that y'all was fucking with each other like that?
I would say two things that played three things that played an important factor in that. One, when we put out The Shining, we was already big fans of Pac and other real niggas like him. You know what I mean? That was going through it at the time. Mike Tyson was going through it at the time too. So Tech put a shout out to Pac and Tyson in the back of the album. You know, that's the days of when niggas used to read the credits and all of that. You know? Yeah. So he said some poetic justice on the back of the thing, and then, you know, cats got it. But then, you know, I think that was one, right? The other part of it, I think, it got to Outlaws. We got to the Outlaws. You know what I mean? Noble, Gaddafi, rest in peace. Mutar, you know what I mean? Hussein, rest in peace. Castro. Like, these guys was in Jersey. They were right across the water. So Jersey is just another version of New York, but just kind of more grimy in certain towns. So I think it got to them when Pop was locked up. And, you know, when he came home, he wanted to do this thing. And I guess he was like, yo, who could I reach out to? And our name came up. So, I mean, that's just, you know, how I think it went down. And he found a way to reach out to us. The third component was a brethren of ours. His name is Swan Baptiste. It's my man. He used to rock with Stretch, rest in peace. And he was, relationships be crossing, you know, and dudes just reach out, and if it is what it is, and you move forward with it. So when he reached out to us, man, we was actually in the studio. We was recording some stuff with Aaliyah at the time, and so it was just like we were just like in a crazy space. You know, when he reached out, it's like, word, whatever, like, you want to come out there, let's do it. And then we had to get off the phone and talk to each other and see if that was a good move, because we knew this East Coast West Coast thing going on. And
it was crazy like that.
I mean, you know, the media perpetuates certain things, but you know, you also gotta, if you're from the neighborhood, any neighborhood, whatever neighborhood, man, you gotta know how to watch the temperature.
Yeah,
you know. Sometimes it don't be what it is. It'll be something outside of the thing that'll make this thing look like it's something more than what it is, you know. So, like, we was able to, you know, Brooklyn night, we able to go from Brooklyn and go to right straight to L.A., get picked up with a limo, and go right to Cabinet Studios. And these guys is addressing us like that. We've been friends for the longest. At the same time, like, we comrades, man. We all in this thing. We all in this hip-hop thing, and we all trying to do a thing. So, you know, when we see each other, it's going to be love. You know, we don't have nothing else, you know, nothing else to show to each other. So from that was the start, man. And I think what really made us more tight is that we soldiered up. You know, we sold instead of acting like, you know, the superior rap guys, like, yo, we need this, we need that, we need this. We was like, yo, man, we gonna stay in the crib, man. All right, don't even trip. He's like, yo, we don't got no hotel. Like, man, we gonna stay in the crib. We good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, all right, so, yo, ain't no parties at night, yo. Let's call some chicks. All them bitches that be in your video, Pop. Where they at? call them up, man. You're like, we in the crib snapping, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, we just was so regular for Son, and it might have been a break for him, because at the same time he was doing movies, he was doing videos, he was recording stuff, he was trying to run a town and, you know, run a team and all of that. And then you got these five guys from New York City who come through, and they just, instead of making the situation harder, we kind of like show this camaraderie where he gets into it. Like one time we was in the crib, he just came from I don't know if he was shooting a video or a movie, but he had all white on. And we was in the crib, we just woke up, he just was coming in. Let's show you how his work ethic was. But we had our buckshot brother was cooking the food. He was hitting. He's an ex-soldier, ex-Navy nigga, right? So he in the kitchen just chefing food. Pac had the dope kitchen too. So it's like, like Food Network, man. It's like son chefing up flapjacks, cook a whole box. Everybody gonna eat, and we downstairs in the mezzanine just like working out, push-ups, sit-ups, and all that. So Pop walked through the door and all white, seeing us working out, doing push-ups. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, nigga. You know what I mean? All that hype. He just got down and started working out with us, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow. It was just like, you know what I mean? Like regulars, like no superstar shit at all. Like, I'm over here with it. I'm over here, like, it's like. So I think that helped with our relationship, man. And it wasn't. He didn't have to be nobody but himself around us.
That's dope right there, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
That was real.
Man, so when you
that shit is crazy because it's like, really, Duke, I don't know y'all. You know what I mean? I don't know y'all. Why would I want y'all around my moms and my aunt? Why would I want y'all in my crib, my jewelry on the dresser? Why would I want y'all there? Like, y'all Brooklyn grimy niggas. I don't. But it wasn't, that wasn't even. It wasn't no vibe like that at all. The illest vibe we had when we was out there, he got a call from Suge. Suge was like, yo, we throwing a party. I think Suge was throwing a party for Pop. Pop was like, I do not want to go out there, yo. I don't want to go out there. So Suge kept calling the nigga. You know what I mean? Kept calling. He's like, I don't want to. In the studio, trying to, like I'm working on this shit. I got boot camp Clik out here. So Suge was like, yo, bring them niggas. Bring them. he was having a thought. We in LA. He wanted niggas to come to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, Pac was like, I don't. Nah.
That's real right there. He said, nah, fuck, damn.
I don't want to do it. Like right now, I'm cool. Like I just want to, like, And I don't. And I always think about that because I'm like, damn, is it because we was with him? You know what I mean? Like he didn't want us to be around that shit because we was our vibe that we had. Our vibe was different, man. Like we was in the studio. We was like, yo, we play the beat. And then we start singing Bob Marley to the beat. He's like, oh, shit. Say that again? Like, this nigga never heard the Bob Marley. You ain't never heard, yo, Pop, you ain't heard the Bob Marley. He's like, yo, that shit is dope. Hold on. White people going to be scared. Yo, you hear that? like, you know what I mean? He was just so, like, he was open. You know what I mean? He was open to shit. And it was no diva shit. It was like, it was real. It was dope, man. And, but other than that, man, that was the illest scenario that we had with the homie, and that would seem to get mad and all that. I'm like, wow, okay. And then after that, we went right back to the studio, and the energy was like kind of fucked off. But we did a song called "Never Call You Bitch Again," and they took the vocals and did something with it. The vocals is all over the place. I don't know where they at, but it was a dope experience, man.
No, most definitely. Yeah. I know you have a whole bunch of fucking experiences that you can just look back on like, wow, like what entertainers and shit. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You some of the stuff you don't sign up for, man. All you could do is, you soldier up, you gear up, and you push out, and then like that's one thing about boot camp Clik. It's like for us initially, like we didn't always have the ability to be on the tour bus and take everybody on the road with us, and everybody can go now. We had the one by one get trained. One by one, only one dude can come right now. Only one of y'all Smif and Wesson niggas can come to this show. Only one of y'all Elder Scrubber Cats can come to this show. So, it just made dudes and then y'all opening up. So you, Top Dog, you're going to open up this show. For Louisville, it's your turn. string, it's your turn. Rock.
Yeah.
Rock was like, Rock is AKA shoulder missile. Rock was always the go-to. You know what I mean? Rock know how to captivate some shit. And then, of course, then you got Sean Price, who just excelled to a whole nother level. So definitely, it's just the evolution, man.
You know what? I got a question. Once you started, your name and your face started getting out there, like how hard was it for you to stay on point to the point where it's just like, yo, because you're going different places, everybody know you, but you don't know them. Was you ever on some shit like, yo, you know what I mean? We got to be on point. Shit may go left, and you know what I mean? Because when you go to different places, you entertain. I mean, you really putting your life at risk, also.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how hard was it for you to adjust to that part? It was just like, yo.
I mean, we come from a place where you got to do that every day.
Yeah.
So it's like not to say, we were the toughest out the crew, but again, all we had was us. All we really had was us, and we know each other, so we know the temperature. Like if I'm standing across the room and Top Dog, his eyebrow go up, then I'm looking. You know what I mean? I'm thinking something is up, something is going on. We might have our own little way to communicate with each other in these things, and we was not ever exempt to being in the midst of some things.
Yeah.
We got into it a few times with some cats, man. Fortunately, the dudes that we got into it with, they just moved on to wherever they at. It never turned into something where people lost lives or anything of that nature. But yeah, man, out here in the wilderness, yeah, it happens. That definitely happens, bro. We lived in a neighborhood as those guys. We still was in the hood, so we had cats scheming. Cats was thinking that they gonna come to the crib, and something was gonna happen in there. But then you like, damn. You come to the crib, the shooter comes to the crib with the stick-up guy. Then he come to the crib and he see the other shooter with the stick-up guy. Y'all already know each other.
That's crazy, though. Like your whole life has to change when it's on some shit like that. You know what I mean? Everybody think you got it, you rich, you got gold, and
yeah, right. But this is the thing. Like this is another thing. Like this is why I appreciate my team too, man. Because a lot of people be like, yo, you guys started with this and started with that. Like, we don't ever take no credit for doing stupid shit like wearing Timberlands and we the first ones who was smoking mad weed. Like, fuck all that. Like, what's real is like, yo, our brotherhood was really important to us, man, and it kept us alive, man. You know what I mean? Like, call it what you want to call it, but it kept us alive, you know what I mean? And the humbleness allowed us to be able to go, yo, all of the family members get to eat from their own plate. Word up. And then when I'm doing bad, like when me and Buck and Check, when we doing bad, when we jammed up in our little situation with the label, then you got Ruck and Rock, you got OGC, they doing their thing. So if we can't eat off our plate, they gonna share some food with us.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just keeping that going is how we've been able to sustain when things just wasn't as you thought they should be. So it's cool now. Like now we've been in a place where we have to now. We took a big hit. We lost our big homie, and he was not only our big bro, but he was a big earner for Duck Down Records.
Yeah.
And Sean Price, kind of took the lyricism to another level. Like he would say shit like, "Yo, man, why save the raps? Why should I save them? Like I rap. This is what I do. So let me do this, and let me be the best at this. Like that shit that Martin Luther King was saying. If you're gonna be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper. You know what I mean? Like we taking lessons from old, and we don't even know they have been embedded in us, and we moving through it. And it's like, yo, man, we came through a certain time frame that allowed people to connect with us, man, which was great. And now the job is to hold on to that and do something with that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to kick it with a young dude that don't have no respect for the old status.
No, talk about it.
I don't know. Like you got to know to be able to use words. You got to know ABC. You know.
No, you're right about that.
Build up from that, and that's what I think. That's what all kept us humble and dealing with the loss of somebody as great as Sean Price. It's like, yo, your greatness doesn't ensure that you will be here tomorrow. So while you are here, what can you use that for? What can you do with that which you have been blessed with? Really though. You know? So that's a challenge, man. That's the battle right there. You know?
Wow.
That's the battle, because it's those that will miss out and won't, you know, their opportunities will be gone from them. And they'll be walking around like
Definitely. Hey, yo, you know what? One thing that caught me totally off guard. I was watching Project Heat, and here you go, trying to get some birds on consignment. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Like, how did that come apart?
Yo, man, salute to KD and June and all them brothers over there, Pop, Hollywood, Jay. Them dudes, man, I love what they doing over there, man. D.O., Ma Barker, you know what I mean? Like, I know some of them really close.
Oh, wow, okay.
We had, like, I know Ma Barker from way back in the days when she was Shot Queen, and she, you know. D.O., I know D.O. from the hood. But we did a show, recently we did a show at Stage 48 with Naughty by Nature, and a couple of them brothers had came through, and they was like, yo, we shooting on Saturday, you know, come through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll come through, meet the cast and all that. But then when I came through to meet the cast, they was like, yeah, we want you to do this and say this. I'm like, okay, fuck it. Let's try it. You know, like, honestly, man, I never really, you know, peg myself as doing anything like that, that acting stuff. I'm really not good with that. But it was like, again, with them brothers, their vibe was so natural that it was like, yo, they pitched me some lines, and I just had to do the lines, you know. And there was no stress. Like, KD was on his tip. He had the camera lined up right, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, man. It's like you take this complicated thing and you simplify it to the point where it's a movie, literally. So I mean, that was a great experience. You know, it's a great experience to get that done. So we got a couple of more scenes. They trying to build our characters up a little bit. You know, so we'll see what happens with that.
That shit caught me totally off guard, and so I was like, wow, get the fuck out of there. Then you see Tech, I'm like, they both in it. I'm like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, listen, I didn't even know Tech was in it.
What? You didn't know?
I had, because when like I said, when I went there, I didn't expect that they was gonna film me. So I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, word, so fuck it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, man, I'm like, they're not gonna use my shit. They're not gonna use my shit. Right? So Then I seen Credit. I seen Katie's his cousin's partner, and they was like, yeah, man, that's coming on Saturday. That's already a wrap. I'm like, wow, I made the cut. Okay, it was so fast how we did it, and they was just so professional how they made it happen. I was like, man, they ain't going to use my part, man. They not using that. And they're like, yeah, that's a go. So when I saw it, I was kind of, I was kind of surprised too. But it was dope, man. And Tech did his thing. Like Tech he's really pursuing that, the actor.
Okay.
He's really read for different parts and for different movies and so on and so forth. And like me, I suck at that shit. I'm not good at that. I'll just keep it 100. That's not gonna. What's up, G? That's not really gonna wash over for me, bro. I'm not really good at it.
That's real, man.
Know your space, man.
That's what's up, man. I wanted to ask you about, the as somebody that was a part of a crew that represented what Brooklyn was all about, the current crop from Brooklyn, like the Manos, the Uncle Murders, the Fabs, like how do you view them right now? Like how do you see Brooklyn, just the hip hop scene in general right now?
I love what Mano and Uncle Murder's doing. That last mixtape that they put out this time.
Fire. Yo,
oh my goodness.
Hey, Steele, I've been bumping that shit since it dropped up here on this radio show. Fire,
listen,
bro.
Man. Look, man, they did it. They did it right. They did it right, and that's all it is about. Like, do it right, because like before that, they name, but they got a song here, a song there, and they getting radio play here and radio play here, but these are guys who are very monumental in Brooklyn and monumental in New York City and keeping that flavor, keeping that hip hop flavor. Like I was watching an interview with Mano the other day where somebody asked him, what's the New York sound, and he's like, yo, New York. To sum it all up, he's like, yo, New York has evolved. It's not just boom bap. Mm-hmm. So for those who just want to hear boom bap, I think that they're kind of lying. You know what I mean? Because we all listen to all kind of music. Like even me I love boom bap, but I also love Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
I also love Isaac Hayes. I also enjoy listening to Jamiroquai. So like the flavor of music that you listen to doesn't affect the type of person that you are. Like you could be, you listen to fucking Bob Dylan. You know what I mean? But the music, you gotta be when you ask that question, it's like, damn, it's almost like I think for boot camp we kind of suffered a little bit because we stuck to the boom bap so hard. So when the game changed over, and niggas was like, fuck all that boom bap backpack shit. We don't want that no more. It's like, all right, so whoever's associated with it, we're not listening to your shit. Like you might have new stuff, but just because you got that stigma on you, you might not get that. So I love what Mano and Uncle Murder is able to do. I love what Joey is doing on his side of town.
Thank you for bringing him up, bro. I appreciate you bringing him up, man, because I feel like y'all influence is directly on him. You know what I mean? Like he reminds me of
he the new version.
Right.
Joseph right. Yo, and how could you not love it, man? It's like, yo, I don't even care, bro. I'm just going hard. So it's like, wow. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's another group out here called Loaf Music. There's a couple of young brothers. It's about 3-4 young brothers. Loaf Music. They out of Brooklyn. I think Bushwick. Chelsea Reject. Big up to Ray, Kazu. Right. Dudes like that. They it's a feud. Shabam Sadiq. It's a few out here.
Yeah.
And they really, you know, they really got their act together, man. And they're not taking no for an answer.
Have they reached out to you, or have you reached out to them in terms of, like, you know, that mentorship? Because you talked about that being important for you. So have you been able to sort of pass on some jewels to them?
Well, what's crazy is I know about Loaf Music, for example, through Brethren of Mine. I just did a project with him, and he hit me to them. And since he put me on to them, I went to performances. I've seen them rock out, and you know, I was like, wow, these cats look like us. They're like 95 right now. Boot Camp Clik, dreadlock glow niggas jumping around with hoodies on, and I'm like, yo,
right.
Weird. And they was tight. And then the same thing like Joseph, Joey is you know, Buckshot works with Joey a lot. You know what I mean? Duck Down actually is doing some work with CJ Fly, which is Joey Badass, like right hand man.
Word. Yeah,
you know
shout out to him.
So yeah, it's like, you know, and they working with Chelsea Reject, and you know, they doing some things as far as that. Me, I'm the general. I'm always on deck. Like, I'm always gonna be the one that's called to come in and you know, kick it with the youngsters and do whatever. But I do most of my work now. I do a lot of work behind the scenes. I'm really, you know, honestly have been strongly considering taking a hiatus from rapping just to be more involved into the business aspect and the preservation of the craft, you know.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So, like, these young guys, they're very important. They're very detrimental to the evolution of this here, you know. I have a few artists that I'm working with. I have a company called Bucktown USA. And, yo, my man, VVS Verbal, I told VVS Verbal I was doing an interview on his station, right? He's like, yo, that's my shit right there. Yo, son, you got to do it. Like, he was well excited. I'm like, yo, I might need you to do it with me. Like, he watches, like, when we hang out, we watch battle rap on YouTube all day long.
Oh, okay.
He knows everything about everything. Like, he's a stat guy, you know. He knows God's stats, so he takes that to heart. And he's also a very talented artist that
So okay, talking
that I'm back. So just trying to, you know, push that through with the new to the old to the new, however it sounds best to the eardrums, but have to be a continuation, man. 360 degrees, you know.
You know, it's still, how hard was it for you, everyone? Well, all right, number one, it's a two-part question. Hold up, I'm from Harlem. All right, so what makes Brooklyn pop into that magnitude? And you're from Brooklyn. I want to know.
Brooklyn is big, man. Like for a little dude, like I grew up in I grew up in Cecil Projects. It's 4 buildings in my project. Okay. As soon as I was old enough to get on the train to go to 125th Street, I could have been in Vegas, dude. Like, I'm talking about when you go up there, like Apollo, you walk by 125 Mark, like you just walking from uptown to downtown. You ain't doing nothing.
Yep.
You just looking at people. You just looking at, and it's the same kind of people that's in Brooklyn. But it's just for you, you know, you in Harlem and you like, wow, yo, this is dope. You know, the crackheads, the cokeheads, the dope fiends, all that's appealing to you. Like, all of that, like the fly, the whips, everything, the chicks, everything is appealing to you. So being in Brooklyn, I don't know, man, you have that lineage of the ones that set it down before you. And I guess it's like any other borough, like you gonna be connected or or you're gonna be affiliated or live on the block of some cats who name ring Superior Bells or something like that. I might have grew up around Mike Tyson or something, or you know, my uncle might have been this person, or my man homie might have, you know, and all of that is on my back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wearing that. Like, I'm proud. I'm Brooklyn proud. You know, it's a lot of things that I could say about living in Brooklyn that made me feel like that. You know, and it really just, it's all boils down to the people who I grew up around, like the older cats who taught me lessons, and the fights that I survived running around with DSEP and learning the underground, learning how to use the train system, and learning how to get from this place to that place on $1. You know, it's like different things you acquire along your travels, and it make you feel proud to be from where you.
Nah, I definitely hear that shit, but everyone talks about Brooklyn, so I had to ask from the Harlem standpoint.
Listen, man, the first time I spoke some hashish was in Harlem, man, 126th Street. You know what I'm saying? Behind the wall. We went behind the wall, get the job in, and go to the park. Me and Tech was in the park with the homie Hashish. That's it. We had to get the chocolate, the body bags from 120 something up there on that side. We was the Brooklyn guys. This is where we got the name Cocoa Brothers from too, because we used to come to Harlem to get the body bag, right? Okay. And take it back to Brooklyn. Dudes wasn't seeing that where we was at. You know what I mean? They see them 50 bags of chocolate latte. They like, oh, what's that? And then we start going to Spanish Harlem. We start going to over there, you know, 103rd and all of that. Like, we just start going on the world tour for the Buddha. There you go with Cocoa Beef. If we pop up in the studio, we might have something from Grand Concourse up there. We might, you know what I mean? You never know.
That's crazy. And y'all became the Cocoa Bees.
It was fun. It was fun to be able to, as Brooklyn dudes, we was like, we felt that we was tough enough to really just go to any hood. Like, we wasn't trying to, you know, we had light credentials. We wasn't flexing. We wasn't tripping on nobody's hood or none of that. And so we felt like whatever. We together, we good. Straight. Let's move. You know? So it carried us, man. It carried us, and it allowed us to meet some fabulous dudes, man. Word up. Like Harlem cats, we got. This is why our credentials started becoming official, because we was able to go to these hoods and we getting love from these cats. You know what I'm saying? Like Tech, one of Tech's best friends is Styles P. Like, he spend mad time in the Bronx with Styles up at the Juice Bar. You know? And it's like dudes just be going places. Like, you be here, you think you just be in Brooklyn all the time. Like, that's one thing about Brooklyn cats. That's the last place they be. Brooklyn. Brooklyn niggas be everywhere. Niggas up in the Bronx. Like, where you at, son? I'm on Tremont. What you doing?
Fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man. Drop this shit. What up?